Okay, we got your blazer back up here, and I'll kind of show you around underneath here. There's where your shifter shaft is on your transmission. And zoom in a little bit. You can kind of see the oil seeping off of it, and it's just real shiny and wet. There's a drip hanging right off the bottom of it. I can get it right there. Okay, and then right above that, you have your that's where your connector is for your transmission. There's not a lot leaking out of there, but there's still some good seepage. And then we'll go down to the transmission pan. We're on this side, and you can see the oil hanging on the edge of the pan there. The pan's just wet all the way along here. And then if we go right behind that, you can see all the oil and everything around where the transmission and transfer case go together. It doesn't really show it greatly on the video, but everything under there is just wet as can be. And then right above that, and that's where your shifter shaft is on your transfer case. It's wet all around there. It's really hard to tell how bad that one is leaking, but it's just food for thought, or what we need, where we need to go. Then we have your front output seal right here on the transfer case. You can see all the gooey, the wet, and down towards the bottom you can see it's all, you got the crud, and then you got it washed clean, so it's leaking pretty good there. You can see all the red that's running everywhere on the transfer case. Excuse me. It's hard to tell if the case halves are actually leaking on the transfer case or not, because it's so wet. You can see the drips hanging on the bottom of the cover here. Then we'll come back to the rear, and that is your output seal on the rear of the transfer case. You can see the oil, red oil, just hanging right there on it. So I believe that's pretty much. We'll get another shot up from the back side of the transfer case. You can just see all the oil, the real wetness all over the place under there. So, and then we've got on your back of your transfer case, you can see all the wetness. It's hard to tell if it's a case section leaking or if it's just running down from this rear seal. It's just so wet. So we're going to recommend a reseal on pretty much everything, and then we can examine everything if we go in and take it apart and see what's going on. But there you get a little bit better picture right here of that wire connector and how much wetness is on it. And then another shot at the shift shaft where it's coming out of the moisture, or the oil hanging on it. So